Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Great.
You look amazing. After the 3 weeks, right? You feel some change in the energy?
Yeah.
A little bit? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You smile more? It's very, very important. Important to smile. So, as every week, we start with set up our consciousness, and we're doing a short meditation. So if you like, you can close your eyes, just take a deep breath, your lower belly, relax yourself, relax your thoughts, relax all your body parts, just take a few deep breathe into your lower belly, just relax. Connect with this special moment that we all came here tonight to connect and to receive a message, a personal message from the Ari, from Rav Ashlag, something that will support us, will support me in my personal journey. You can keep your eyes closed. I'm going to read the verse from the Ari. לפני הצמצום היה אינסוף ממלא כל המציאות. דע, כי טרם שנאצלו הנאצלים ונבראו הנבראים, היה אור עליון פשוט ממלא כל המציאות, ולא היה שום מקום פנוי בבחינת אוויר ריקני וחלל, אלא היה הכל ממולא מן אור אינסוף פשוט ההוא, ולא היה לו לא בחינת ראש ולא בחינת סוף, אלא הכל היה אור א' פשוט שווה בהשוואה א', והוא הנקרא אור אינסוף. You can open your eyes. So last week, if you remember, right, we talked about, did you have light work last week?
No. No. I think no, he didn't give us any.
You sure? You didn't get?
No, he didn't. He did it the previous week and then
Okay.
he didn't.
You didn't do your homework, this is why.
Well, he didn't. Anyway,
Usually I give light work, not homework, light work, just to enlighten all of us, but I'm sure I did. I don't remember what, because, whatever, we heard the Rav, at the end the Rav said something very, very powerful, and I mentioned something, I really don't remember what I mentioned, that's why I ask you, because we're supposed to do our homework, right? But it's okay, I'm sure we did it in a different way, unintentionally, okay? But we are talking for a few weeks already about the thought of creation, or the power of the thought.
Oh. If we want to change something, to change ourselves, to be able to see change in the world.
Okay, so if I want to see a change in the world, I need to change something in me, and I can see a change in the world.
See things change around it.
Okay, that was one of the points that we studied last week. But we'll see, the Rav will continue on the same subject we talked about last week. But we start last week, we start to talk about if there's no, we can't have light without vessel. Remember that? We can't have light without vessel. There are things we can hear so many times and we think, I got it, I heard it. But there is a huge difference between I heard it and I use it, or I'm using it, or it's part of my life, it's part of my essence, Now, think about it in a way that the same way that today you drive in your car, right? You don't really think too much, right? With all the obstacles around us, right? The cell phone, the music, different tasks we have in our thoughts, we still get into the car and we, thank God, we get in from A to B, B to C, but we get in there, right? But you don't really think, oh, I'm going out to drive. How should I drive? Okay, I need to open the door. I need to sit. Oh, just a second, turn the engine. Yeah, this is how you're driving? So it's an automatic way, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that when Rav Ashlag speaks about changing our thoughts, we're supposed to change our nature. Because the way we know ourselves, this is my nature. And everything that we added, right, during whatever, from, I don't know, whatever age, let's say you start to study something, right, 20 or 15 or 16, till today, it's something additional to what I have before. Now, at the beginning it was hard, but right now it's my second nature. So there are things today that I educated myself, that now I'm using it without thinking about it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So, we're supposed to work with the tools of Kabbalah in the same way. I need to educate myself, I need to educate my body, I need to educate my consciousness, that it will become my second nature. It means, when I walk in the street and a negative thought appear, what I need to have? Ayin Lamed Mem, bam! I can see the combination from the 17 names of God. Right? Right away. When the same way that you feel, oh, I'm hungry. What do you have in mind? You have a picture of something you would like to eat, no? Maybe a sandwich, maybe you want a salad, maybe you want I don't know, something, right? So you have the answer. Then physically you go and you make it happen. But what we did to earn it, we practiced before. You learn how to drive, maybe you went to, if a lawyer, go to law school, or a doctor, go to learn medicine, right? So we educated ourselves, but we also practiced. We have to practice. The same, the tools of Kabbalah. If we're not going to practice, how are we going to earn it? To climb, I was going to explain, remember, 125 worlds. In each one of them, endless of opportunities and abilities that we can climb over there, right? With the 10 emanations. So, do I know in which level I'm at right now? Do you know in which, from the 125, you know in which level? Okay. But the answer is, the right answer is, we shouldn't care in which level we're at right now. We just need to know remember, when we are here, we have a mission to accomplish. So it means, I need to finish my job, whatever I came to do here. So I can't be busy, just a second, I'm in 120, I'm 119. No, this is not the point. The point is, what I should do to raise my consciousness to the next level, because you know what? Before even you study to drive or you study something, it wasn't in your mind, it wasn't like in your own world. It wasn't there. And maybe you couldn't even imagine how it's going to feel when you're going to have it. But when you add it, at the beginning maybe you're afraid, you did different mistakes, right? But then when you add it, that's it. It's there. So it means today there are a lot of things that we're not capable to, but if we're going to practice, we're going to open the channels that something will guide us to see more. Imagine if we can remove the layers, right, that in front of us, and we can see the truth in everything. Can you imagine that? Why I want to see the truth in everything? Remember, the more we climb in, it's more dangerous. Why? Because the more I'm climbing in that ladder, right, of the worlds, you start to see things in a clear way. It means also Satan is growing with you. So what does it mean? Now you have more weapon to judge other people. Okay? Comprende?
Yeah.
It's very important. It's responsibility. and more we study, leave Kabbalah for a second. In life, let's say you go to elementary school, it's called elementary school, go to what? Middle school, then what after? High school, and then college, right? So in each level, you're getting more and more knowledge, right?
Yeah.
How is your ego in those levels? He's growing with you?
Yes.
Oh, yes. And with your friend in the class, right? So if you, let's say, have better result from your friends, right? You start to walk in the class like everybody will see. So we show off, right?
Yeah.
So imagine, when we become a spiritual people, it's supposed to be the opposite. It's a more I'm climbing, right, and I'm becoming more and more spiritual, I need to diminish the ego. I mean, I need to control the ego more. Why? Because the more we're climbing, we're going to see more garbage. More garbage. Not just in our lives, in other people's lives. Because the thing that we are doing today, sometimes we have the expectation that the other people or the other person around me, he's supposed to do the same. This is why we react. Because I have the expectation that because if I'm doing it, everybody can do it. What do you mean everybody? Just a second. If you're doing yoga for like 2 years and you put your leg behind your head, but you practice for 2 years, so what do you want, your husband now? Come on, sit, I will show you, sit. Put your leg. Oh, come on. You can break his leg, what are you doing? Yes, this is what we're going to do? So physically we know, no, for sure, we need to practice every day. No, I'm not going to do that, right? So why, in the case of yoga, we're not going to do, and in spirituality, we are doing it? Because it's something we don't see, right? It's not physical. It's not tangible. Even yoga is not really physical, but it's a lot of practice till you get to that. Whatever they do over there is like, right? It's amazing. It's amazing. But it's not easy to do. So what I was telling us, when we're talking about changing our consciousness, okay, or connecting with the thought of creation, and remember what was the thought of creation, right? What was the thought of creation? To do what? And last week we talked about it. And that was your homework, actually. Now I remember. The light work. What was the thought of creation? To inject good in everything. Because the Creator, now I remember. Now you remember the light work. You see how everybody remember the light work suddenly?
We just did it.
We just did it. We inject the good in everything. And everybody, wow, right. But it says, what was the thought of creation? What was the thought of the Creator? Just to do good to the creations. So if we ask from the light, I want to be like the light, so what I need to do? Just to do good. So my thoughts during the day, it's to do good all the time. But that need to be the root of my thought. To do good. What do you mean to do good? What about me? Right? Just a second, but I can receive. Nobody said starve, don't drink your coffee. No, it's not about that. Because we go to the extreme. Because Satan showing us the extreme of like, no, what are you talking about? For sure you take care of yourself. The basic stuff. But what about after the basic stuff? After your coffee and your corazon or your whatever, baguette, whatever you want, right? Now what? After you fill up your tummy, right? No, think about it for a second. We sometimes have those fears that I'm not going to have. But even how much you can eat. Okay, you finish eating, have your coffee, right? Take your break. Half an hour? Okay. Now what? Now, do your job now. Right? Because what Satan does, he fill up all of our thoughts with empty space, so there's no space. You know, there is space, but he doesn't want us to see that there is space. So I don't remember what was the thought of creation. What is the first thought? You know, think about it in this way. You know, how do you know? You know, when you need to make a decision, right? Because you have so many thoughts. How do you know which thought to choose? How do you know? This is Kabbalah 1 what I'm asking you now. How do you know?
You don't.
How?
How do you not know?
No, how do you know which thought to choose?
Prioritize.
Yeah.
What, sorry?
Prioritize.
Prioritize. Whew. Okay. Yes.
Some have equal value, you know? Then it gets
Value.
hard. If they have equal value, then it's hard.
Okay. What else?
Because it was the first thought.
Oh, we get some Kabbalistic answers. Just a
Yeah,
second.
because the first that came, it's most
So the first thought came from what? From where?
from the light.
From the light. And the second?
From Satan.
Oh. You remember the two voices?
Mhm.
Right? We have two voices, right? The light and Satan. So the Kabbalists explain the first thought come from the light. The second thought come from Satan. Because if you don't have, now let's say now I have a thought, I'm thirsty, I want to drink water, right? So I want to put water and Satan can be, no, you crazy? Maybe it's going to spill on your shirt, people will laugh at you, and you know, it's my, right? And what are you doing? No, it's the middle of the class, don't do that. Maybe you're going, I don't know, to have hiccups, right? So I said, okay. And then I got dry and I'm mumbling, right? Because he told me not to drink. We laughing, but actually it's happened to us, we don't pay attention. You know how many calculations we are doing in a conversation with people? Without even pay attention that Satan totally control our thoughts and our mind. The first thought told you, ask permission to use his car. Right? The second thought told you, are you crazy? No, first of all, have small talk for 1 hour, say this, and from the small talk you have argument now. So now you can't even ask for the car. It's happened to you once or twice in life? That you're about to ask for something and suddenly you need to have so many explanations, but why? The light told you, just ask. Why we can't be simple?
Exactly.
Why we can't be simple? Right? Because I was like saying, listen, the thought of creation, it's very simple. What was the thought of creation? To do good. So if I can inject in everything that I'm doing good, what will be the end result? Good. It says, if your intention it's you want to do good, and let's say you did mistake, somehow the angels will change it that the end result will be good. When we do mistake, we're freaking out. But just fix it. What's going on? What's happened? Fix it. It says also that the path to
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
the road to hell, it's paved with a lot of good intentions, right? Yes, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking something else. I'm talking about I need to practice that because we're not coming from the right place. This is why this sentence, because we're coming from the desire to receive oneself alone. So most of the time we think that we are sharing. We're not really sharing. We're taking from the other person energy. Because the thought of doing good, it means if I give you right now a cup of water, I let go. That's it. Doesn't exist anymore. Why? I want to do good. That's it. I'm not going to call the person tomorrow and say, hi, how are you? Good morning. Yeah, you look beautiful. You know, wow, yesterday, wow, it was amazing. You look beautiful, right? Listen, can I borrow your car? Oh my God. Because I give you a cup of water. So I feel comfortable to call you now. This is not sharing. No, but yesterday I shared with you. No, I didn't. This is a lie. I didn't share. Now, the thing is, this game, we're doing it all the time. We don't even pay attention we're doing it. We playing this game, and we don't know we're playing this game. But who is playing the game with us? The opponent. This is what Rav Ashlag Nasir. I'll read it. He said, אחר הצמצום והמסך שנעשה על כלי הזה שנקרא רצון לקבל, הוא נתבטל ונפרד ויצא מכל המערכת הקדושה, ובמקומו נתעדכן אור חוזר להיות בכלי קבלה. Rav Ashlag saying, after the tzimtzum, we have that, it's called masach. Masach is that place that doing the restriction. When we are doing restriction, because you know, the light, the ray of light, you need to touch something, and now we can see the light. Okay? This is how we can see the light. So he says, נעשה על כלי זה שנקרא רצון לקבל, so the vessel of the desire to receive, because remember, now what's being created, it is the desire to receive, so it's a vessel. הוא נתבטל ונפרד ויצא מכל המערכת הקדושה, so it's been separated from the holy system, because it can't be together, with the holy system, because the holy system doesn't have desire to receive. Can't. It's the opposite of the Creator. So now, it's been uprooted from the holy system. ובמקומו נתעדכן אור חוזר לקבלה. So now, because something need to replace, because now there is empty space, so there's something to replace it. So what replaced that empty space, because it's been uprooted? It's called the Or Chozer, the returning light. Returning light. This is how returning light been born, actually. So it says, להיות כלי קבלה. So the returning light, this is the vessel to receive. The returning light, it's the vessel to receive. Okay? What does it mean? And it's exactly what we said before. Because most of the day, the minute we wake up, we want to receive. Even when we go to sleep, we want to receive. When you go to sleep, do you know, what do you want to receive when you go to sleep?
Rest.
Rest. Okay, what else? Just rest? How many of us go to sleep and wake up in the morning and feel more tired than before we go to sleep? Huh? It's happened to you, go to sleep, even 8 hours you sleep, you wake up, you like need to scratch yourself from the bed, you need to have a rope, like, right? But you just slept like 8. If we slept 8 hours or 6 hours or 7 hours, and we still, Satan telling us another 5 minutes. You think if 6 hours didn't help you, 5 minutes will help you? But this is how he tricks all of us, also me. I'm in the same game. Don't think I'm not putting the snooze sometimes, yes? And then I'm late to whatever. It's happened to all of us. But if you think about it, just a second, I just slept 6 hours, or 5, or 4 even, yes? But another 5 minutes, that one will... So you know what? Why not the opposite? Sleep 5 minutes. Sleep 5. And then snooze for 4 hours, maybe. Maybe trick the Satan.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Maybe, I don't know, just receive it.
Yeah.
No, but maybe. Why are we not tricking him? But every morning he tricks us, no? 2 minutes more. Oh, I love to be under the blanket 5 minutes more. Then you need to rush hour and traffic and the sandwiches and forget your lunch and your breakfast and everything.
Or just get a very not comfy bed, so you're not going to want to sleep there. You just sleep on a board
Oh,
every
no.
night, so that's another one.
Yeah, but think about it. No, it's not about not being comfortable at night. But think about, first of all, we might not have the right intention when we go to sleep. So we're not receiving enough energy that we're supposed to receive. There's a whole, I'm not going to teach it now, but there's a whole of process of preparation to go to sleep and to sleep. And the Kabbalists, they use it as a connection, as a meditation to go to sleep. We go to sleep because that's the reason we say, I'm exhausted, right? Till the phone fall on your face, like that. Or the iPad or the computer, I don't know, whatever you hold in your hand. You know? So then you know, okay, you know what, it's about time to go to sleep. I will close Netflix and I go to sleep, right? That's not really going to sleep. It's called to faint. Like pass out, right? It's not really going to sleep. When you go to a party, you make some preparation, no? Yes?
Yeah.
I'm sure all of you, when you go to a party, you don't look the same you look tonight. Yes or no?
Depends on the party.
Whatever party, whatever, I don't know. I'm not sure you're going like that to a party. Like a party, cool party. Cool, we cool people. But imagine, with cool people, we're going to dress and put the makeup and everything, the fan, blah, 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 right? Everything. What about God? What about the light? Are we preparing before we meet in the light? Before we go to sleep, the soul's supposed to, don't put makeup and do your hair. That's not the point. In a spiritual level, the soul's supposed to meet, right? The light to receive the messages for the next day. What the soul didn't do, and what the soul, like it's like you have a worker, need to give a report every day. So at the end of the day, you come to your office, then listen, this is all the tasks I did today, and those I couldn't make it because I didn't have time. Okay, no problem. So take all of those tasks. Okay, what you should do tomorrow? Pam, 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 pam. Thank you very much. Bye. Wake up. You wake up, you don't remember nothing. Maybe we didn't even connect. This is why we wake up so... There's different reasons why we wake up so tired sometimes. Okay? But it's a different class. But what does it mean? It means, so even the thoughts of me taking care of myself, it's not really to do good. I don't even know how to do good to myself. What does it mean, good for me? Are you following what I'm asking? So, how can I do good to somebody else if I don't know how to do good for myself? But I have the expectation that all of you will understand me and fulfill my needs and do good for me. No? Why are we upset or angry about people that love us? Why? Because sometimes they don't fulfill in whatever we think they're supposed to fulfill. And when we say, oh, you should know me. You should know what I like. You should know what I love. What? Do you know what you like? Do you know what you love? Do you know what can fulfill you right now? That I can bring it to you? I'm not sure you know. Oh, I know. I'm not sure we know. And this is why we have to practice. To know what I need and what is the good that I need to practice with other people. I need to have that thought of creation, because if we're not going to practice outside with people, how? Because if you think you are a very talented basketball player, okay? And you have a court in the back of your house, and you're doing this Michael Jackson. Michael Jordan. Yeah. I want to say also Magic Johnson also. Magic Johnson, but okay, Michael Jordan, right? So how you can tell that you really have a talent if you're not going to play with other people, against other people? You get it? So if I'm not going to start to do good and to inject the consciousness of good, and in any opportunity, every opportunity, any action, everything, every thought, practice, what will happen, you think, to us? Because that thought, first of all, will purify my thoughts. Now, the words I'm going to say are going to be different words. And the actions will be different. So what do you think will happen to me? I'm purifying my vessel, and I will start to know what does it mean to do good for me. Because maybe today we're doing many things to feel good, but maybe they are bad for us. How do you know? I like to dance, but you dance, and every time you go to dance, you turn your ankle and you this and your hamstring and right, like, and now you need 2-3 weeks just to recover. But you have fun? Yeah, when I'm dancing, yes, but now I need to recover 2-3 weeks. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe it was good for 16. Now you're 50 or 40. Maybe something else can... Are you following what I'm saying? It's very important. But no, let me be stubborn about it. No, I have to make it. Okay, continue. So we're repeating mistake after mistake. And I was like telling us here, listen, the restriction, this is called Or Choser, the return in light. Why we want to do restriction? Why we want to remove that klipa of stubbornness, you know? Stubbornness, it can be in a lot, in different levels and in different areas. But it's not from our thought, for sure. Right? Even when no, I have to do it, I have this, no, I have to prove by myself that, okay, how many years you try to prove yourself something? Maybe try to come from a different angle, you know? Maybe the way you're trying to prove yourself, it's not the right way. But are you happy? If the light wants us to be happy 24/7, and we are not, maybe we're doing something wrong? What do you think? Maybe? Maybe we're missing the message from the light, what the light wants from us? Maybe I don't understand the boss. Maybe I should ask again, just a second, you know, please you give me salary, so I want to do my job. I don't want to bread of shame, so please, what I need to do? What I promised? What I signed for? Can you show me the contract again? But we should, no, I know, don't worry, I know. Let me show, no, I know. He's saying, returning light, this is the vessel to receive. It's so powerful. We can try to trick whoever we want to trick. The only one we need to trick is our opponent. We can't trick the light. We can lie. You know, we think sometimes that we can lie, we can do like different tricks, right? And the light is not going to see it, right? Yeah, maybe right now you think you did whatever you did, but what do you think? It says, everything has been written, and one day you're going to receive the bill. And the bill will come when you're not ready, not when you're ready. You know? Usually the bill doesn't come in the mail in those cases. And we don't like those bills. So don't think that we can say, our ego telling us, you can do whatever. This thing, it's okay, he doesn't know me. Okay, no problem. You see how time is very fast now, right? This point, he says, when the returning light, it's the vessel to receive. The same way that the ray of light, you see how we can see the light here in the room? Right? It's touching something, bam, and now we can see it. So the vessel to see the light is the returning light. This is the vessel. So we're supposed to do what? We're supposed to push the light in order for her to receive. To push. To restrict. And you know that. When a man calls a woman to date him. Yes, for sure. What are you coming? Yes? The first phone call, this is what she's doing?
No.
Why not? She prayed to the light, please send me my soulmate. And he called her, listen, hi, I saw you. You saw me, look at Facebook. She said, oh wow, it's gorgeous, my God. You have company, you have this, oh yeah. Yes, and would you like to go to dinner? For sure, yeah. What time you are coming? No?
No.
Why not?
Too easy.
Oh, too easy. But she wants to get married. She wants somebody rich and handsome, six-pack, whatever. All the package. Famous in Instagram and YouTube. Everybody. Selfies. So why? Why? But why? Too easy. But why? We know that, right? But why? Why? No, leave the opponent in the side for a second. Why? Why she's not going to go with him? What you need to do?
Very strict.
Build bridges.
Restrict, right? So now from point of Kabbalah, what she's doing actually?
Building the vessel.
Playing hard to get.
She pushing it what? No, she push it back. This is the Choser, this is the returning light. You know, many women doing it, but they don't even know what they're doing, right? They push it now. When she push it back, now he want more. It depends. If he's serious guy, so you want more. But if not, next, it's not for her, right? But they don't understand why it's happened. So the more she push, the more he wants. Till one day, now somehow there is a vessel now. She doesn't even understand why she say yes at the end. Because you think, what you think you have in your calendar? Oh, I restrict for 5 times, and now it's the time. But with each man it's different. Each woman we're different. There's not really like a manual book. It says like restrict. Tell him no 5 times. One in the text, one in Facebook, one in the. Now you can go. Yes. So you will ask 5 times a day, and the second day, the 6th time you go. No. It's gonna be sometimes weeks, not even months, right? Like they're really poor. Oh, years is like, oh my God, this is too much. Tough crowd. Years, I didn't hear about years, but I heard about few months or a few weeks, but here. In our generation, maybe it's minutes, not really. Oh, no, yes, okay. Now everything is instant, right? But we know like why you do that. Something inside of us says it's not right to say yes right away. Right? It's not right to say. So you said they're too easy okay. But really it's like there's no vessel. No vessel. You need to create a vessel. So what you do, you said no to the blessing because now you want to get married. The guy offered you to go to a date. Again, you don't know if this is for sure your husband, but you need to try. But still you say no. If you have desire and you want to go, let me look at my calendar. Oh, I'm busy, everything's empty, yes? I'm busy. September, I see I have a spot. Everything is empty, right? And she really wants. I said, no. He says, now what's happened? The returning light creating a vessel to receive. And the more, she do that now, wow, what a vessel. He wants her more. He sent flowers, chocolate, pam, right? Wow. Till the vessel is ready, she say yes. What's happened after? That's a different correction. So what's happened to us in life, also it's happened to us a lot of time, not just with men and women. Different type of relationship. Even the thing is the man relationship, it's the relationship with the Creator. This is the relationship we're supposed to have. And how we can have the relationship with the Creator? Through people. Through people. We can't just sit at home and hold the Zohar. It's amazing. You can scan all the Zohar and truly you can have a lot of energy. But really to manifest it to my vessel, I have to do restriction also. So the second you go out and somebody will push your button and you're going to snap on the person, bam, all the light, you will take it. Thank you, bye-bye. You sit all day, you pray, you meditate, you do yoga, whatever, Zohar all day, and you're like, Satan came and took the energy. Hi. So what I was like telling you, it's amazing and beautiful. That returning light, when we say no, but it needs to be a real no. Again, we can fake it till we make it. Because what does it mean a real no? I understand that the way for me to receive is just by creating returning light. This is the only way I'm receiving. These are restrictions. Doesn't mean you need to restrict for the rest of your life in a way, I don't want to eat I'm restricted on the cheesecake. So you're never going to eat cheesecake? What do you think?
I can live without it.
Whatever, chocolate cake, I don't know, whatever you... It doesn't mean you're never going to eat it anymore. If you decide not to eat it, it's not a restriction, it's actually a decision. It's a decision to take it from your menu. It's something else.
Yeah.
It's not a restriction. Don't be confused about diet or what. I'm not talking about diet. I'm talking about restriction, whatever. Now you decided not sugar today, okay? But restriction, it means when after I'm doing restriction, it's not controlling me anymore. Now I can look at it. Nothing. If I read it or no different for me. That's it. So it means I already received the light. I feel good. You see? You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't mean not to eat it. If you're hungry, okay, you want, so take a bite. But it means like, I feel great. I don't think that now, because of the cheesecake, I will be much more happier. No, I pushed that desire, received the light, now I feel amazing. Now if I'm going to eat it or not, it's my pure decision, not the reactive decision. This is why sometimes we do restriction, we don't really restriction. You're taking the cheesecake here, and you walk in, and you're thinking about it all the time. Oh, I restrict the cheesecake. I restrict the cheesecake. No, it's with you. It's in your mind. You take it home, and then the way you stop in Winn-Dixie, you buy the cheesecake, put in the fridge, because tomorrow, because restrict today, you can eat it in the morning. So you didn't restrict it. Yes.
I have a question. So sometimes restriction is it depends on whether you're a giver or a receiver. So if you're someone who gives too much, then your restriction would be to not give. So in that case, if it comes to a point where you are giving so much and there's no restriction there because you're just giving, and you finally do need to say, okay, I'm not going to give.
Let's go to the first thought. Because each restriction is different. What was the first thought of creation? To do good. Do I'm doing good right now? But this action, yes or no? This is the question I need to ask myself. Now, if I'm checking my desire, so maybe if I'm just, take everything, right, and I'm still with nothing, I'm going to teach the class as you took everything. So it's not okay, because you need to have the things that you need to work with, and then whatever you can help, you help in, right? So maybe the restriction said just second. No, for a person that is a yes man, you need to know how to say no. Okay? But it's a lot of parameters, you say? What? Parameters, okay. Parameters for any restriction, and each person is different. It's very hard to go to the point, but it's really conversation with the person itself, and we need to go deep, and to find out each person really what's going on inside. This is what I'm saying. For now, the simple way to do it, because we need to dig deep and to see where it's coming from. If I can follow what I was saying, that the thought of creation will just to do good to the creations. So if I can start to train my consciousness, just I want to do good. And maybe if I found out that right now I'm just giving and it's not good, I'm actually burning the person, so I need to restrict. Right? I want to do good. So if you want to do good and you want to take care of yourself, so if we're talking about you go in a place and there is a huge buffet and packed with sugar or with healthy food. So you want to do good. Just a second. So you want to do good to yourself also? Yeah. So what does it mean to do good right now? You want all of that to put in your body and then to burn it in 2 weeks, or you want to just have a bite and have all the fruits, or have, I don't know, something else? You know what I'm saying? To do good? It's not about diet, I'm not talking about all of those things. I'm talking about connecting with the light, because what we really want, the end result, I want the light, I want to be happy. I don't want this rush energy and no, I want to have the fulfillment always. This is what I mean to do good. So if I can start to practice my consciousness, now I can start to see, again, this is the way I see it, okay, but we need to practice and you can come with the example and say maybe you see something else, so we study together, okay, it's not like, so I would love to hear your feedbacks when you trying it, but this is how I see it, in a way that if I can practice my consciousness, as Rav Ashlag is saying, to see that how can I inject good right now I will know if I should restrict or no. Because if right now I shouldn't give, so I said no because it's not good. But if I should give, and maybe it's not my nature, so I should. You see the difference? Yeah. So the restriction, I need to remember that just by the returning light, I'm built in a vessel to receive. So we talked at the beginning about being a taker. That it's very, very controlling us and we don't even pay attention. We should start to pay attention. Take this week to start to investigate where in your life you are a taker. A taker doesn't mean just come and take physically stuff. No, we still in energy. That's worse. Physically you can see you taking. No. Energy. The way you talk, the way you behave, the way you move your body, the way you move your face. You know, we can steal from each person different type of energy.
So that's the light work.
This is amazing light work actually. We have few light works, but let's start from that. We start to talk about the beginning, about being a taker. You know, because for her, oh hi, good morning. Hey, what's going on? Right? We can change mask in seconds with different people. Like, what's going on with you? Like, why are you changing so many masks? Are you are you an actor? Yes, we are. Actually, we are. We playing this game and we don't see that Satan control us. And we're like stealing from this person a smile, from this person like a hug, this is a person a cup of water. Like, what? So, what about my energy? What about I'm supposed to share? I'm supposed to be the generator of light. This is what I promise. I want to be the leader. I want to be like you, light. So if I'm not thinking about doing good, how I can be the light? No, I'm the vessel. How you can give me? How you can give me? What you can give me? What you can give me? How much you can give me? This is what we think all day. We don't pay attention because it's already built in our essence. In our essence. We need to uproot it from our essence. No problem to have desire to receive and huge desire to receive. Apostle said even the desire to receive for the self alone, huge. But I need to start to work to transform it. If I'm not doing it, so I'm actually lying to myself. It's like I have it, but I don't have it. So I have the information, but physically I'm not activating the energy. So I can receive it. And then we all have those areas that for years I don't know what's going on. I'm stuck over there. Nothing happened. So you feel like it's coming and it disappears. It's coming and disappears. Doesn't matter what. Money, relationship, the house, the car, the business. Right? We all have like something, a few things. So I need to stop and say, just a second. What I'm not doing to build a vessel to receive it. Maybe I should start to activate the light. Because the light wants to do what? Just good. Just to fulfill. Just to fulfill the vessel. Let's practice.
Today was going to be bitter, cold, and so on and so forth. Right. So I was only worried, David. Maybe you didn't read the forecast. You didn't hear the forecast this morning. And you're depending on last night's forecast. What a trip in from Jersey. So, but it's already, the DNA is already in progress, right? Okay. Anyway, this is in Pasha Tolda, which is this week. The Zohar says like this. Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu Le'olam B'Shah Shebara Oto. Hashem spoke to the world. Okay. B'Shah Shebara Oto. First of all, how could he speak to the world before he created the world, right? And who's he speaking to? At the time he's going to create. When he's going to create the world, he'll talk to the world. But I mean, can't talk to the world before the world was created. Ubara et Adam. And at the time he spoke to Adam, and before he created Adam, he spoke to Adam. Amalo olam olam. Ata v'tivecha enim odim el ala Torah. Your whole teva, your whole nature, and your whole essence is only based on the Torah. U'mishum zeh barati ba Adam kedei sheyasok b'Torah. And he should be involved with the Torah. Right? I'm not going to every part of this. But he should be osek the Torah. Remember we once discussed, it doesn't say lomed Torah. Osek the Torah.
It doesn't say to study, it says to be busy with.
Deal.
To deal with.
The deal.
Okay,
Deal. Right? What's that? Well, maybe something like that. Whatever that means. Anyway. Right? Now, just before that it says, כשרצה לברוא את האדם, when he wanted to create man, אמרה התורה לפניו, the Torah said, Torah speaks now back to Hashem, because the Torah was there 2,000 years before the creation of the world. אם יהיה נברא האדם ואחר כך יחטא, ואתה תדן אותו, למה יהיה מעשה ידיך לשווא? In other words, you're going to create man, and then he's going to sin. So what was the whole purpose of your creation? I mean, who would be able to bear, the burden, right? What did he answer him? Don't worry, I created already tshuva before I created the world.
Tshuva is repentance.
And he could do the tshuva, and there's no problems. What I didn't understand when I read it was, what would be if he created tshuva at the same time that he created the world? What does he say, the Zohar? Harei barati tshuva miterem shebarati ha'olam. What would be wrong if, in fact, create the world and also create tshuva? Even after. Not only at the same time, but even after. No. The Zohar says before. Why before? What is it? What's that? That's true. Why does it have to be like that? That's right.
I guess because he's so selfish.
And what does that tell us? That's right. Obviously, he must have seen the whole picture.
That's a choice.
What's that?
He gives us a choice, this one.
But the choice could be at the same time that he created the world, created Adam and Rishon, he created man. At that point, the same moment, we have a choice to do tshuva. He said here, he was barati tshuva miterem shebarati ha'olam. Before.
Because tshuva is really the light, and the sin or the avera is the darkness. So that has to be created afterwards, because that's the darkness of the vessel or malchut.
That's
And it has to be there after. Light is created first. Or
What we learned today is the only way you can come to an understanding of what, I mean, really why he created before, but that's what he's touching on. What did we say? We say we come to Malchut, we come to the revelation. Everybody sees. And what does the Talmud Esesvirot want to tell us? When you finally came to, now I grasp the whole thing. He tells us, now you're in the point of darkness. Now you got the darkness. Finally, after all that struggle, now you're finally in darkness. Doesn't sound right. Right? The process. The child, genius. But when he gets older, now he's gotten somewhere, and we say no. That's when he's got nothing, maybe.
Beautiful. We just finished the video. Yes.
Seriously, we finished the video?
Yeah. So next time we have the new one. This is why I want to see it all the way. It was like another 4 or 5 minutes to finish the video. But try to remember what is the light work for this week. Okay? Really check in your life where you behave as a taker. I'm not saying it's easy to see it, because it's in our thoughts. It's already built in. If you can find even one time, I think I think now when I'm thinking about it, I think you can, if you're going to be aware and you're going to ask the question, to yourself, you might see it while you're talking with someone in a conversation. Check your thoughts. you might see it. It's amazing when you catch it, like wow. Then see what you can do with it. Maybe you can stop yourself and say something else, but try even to find one place that you can catch yourself, that you now stealing from the person energy without knowing. It's not like you're doing it like in purpose, because we train ourselves already to do that. So people actually talking with each other, but we stealing energy all day long from people. Okay? There is something called to be nice or polite or moral and ethics. Or I can, like, I don't need nothing from it, just share with you, right? Say hello, good morning. Just really I'm sharing. Or I'm doing it from a place of like, I'm already used to it and actually I'm receiving the energy, like we kind of taking energy from each other. One place, if you can find yourself doing it and try to transform that consciousness in that area of what we study from Ashlag, to do good, to enjoy good. But to enjoy good, you can practice the whole week just to start with, but also we want to find the place that I'm taker, and I want to remove this empty space and to fulfill it with doing good and put it in line. Whatever does that mean in that area. Okay? Good luck everyone, and a beautiful week. It's not a lot of work.